Today I have a special guest, someone that's very special to me. I have my dad. Let's give it up for my dad. Today we are going to be making T-bone steak, his request, loaded potatoes, sauteed broccoli, and shrimp. Right now I have the water boiling and I'm about to put the potatoes in there so they can already start cooking. Are you excited to be here today?
Yes, I really am. And I remember back in the day we used to do this, so it just give you a feeling that you never felt.
Nobody knows my dad. He taught me how to cook. He got me started. I was always in the kitchen with my dad. He was never scared to let me cook, touch the grease, nothing. I got to do everything when I was in the kitchen with my dad. And it's Father's Day tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
So this is the perfect episode for today. What we're gonna start with is cutting up the potatoes. We're just
gonna put the butter in.
Okay, my dad he know what he doing, so I'm gonna let him do what he doing. The first segment of the show is called Preheat. So, first question, who is your favorite child?
Well, to be honest, every child got like a different way of, I would say that I like about them. Like some kids you can cook with, some kids you can lend money to and get paid back. But right now, you're my favorite child.
Thank you, Dad. You know, if y'all read his apron, it literally says my favorite child gave me this apron. I'm clearly his favorite child because if he would have said anything other than me, that would have been the wrong answer. What is the biggest lesson you've learned being my dad? What have I personally taught you? Like, obviously you have a lot of kids, but what have I personally taught you? Everything is all clean durance, by the way.
Well, you was always one of those kids, you always kind of knew what you wanted to do, and you always trusted yourself, I would say. And somehow it always worked out. And I used to worry, but I don't worry as much. So I would say you taught me to trust your word, and everything is going to be all right.
You taught me how to do a lot of things. You taught me that everything is going to be okay. Just keep going and everything okay. You always support me. No matter what's going on, you like, just keep doing what you do. It's okay. So I appreciate you for that.
All right.
What is your favorite memory of us?
What we doing now?
Really?
What we doing now? I didn't know you was going to take off with it like that. But it always was kind of special to me that you wanted to. Because we wasn't cooking nothing all like that. It was just scrambled eggs, fried chicken,
Yeah, we just used to
like
make
that.
simple stuff.
Back then we had that farming grill.
Yeah. We used to just make simple stuff.
But the main thing was we used to prep real well, keep everything. And that's the main thing about what I love about cooking anyway. I'm a better prep man than anything.
Keeping everything clean.
Gotta cook while you clean.
And my dad from the South, so we used to make a lot of stuff like salmon patties and rice, fried green tomatoes, and fried fish, gizzards and stuff. We used to just make simple stuff, quick meals, but he always made sure that I was included in the kitchen. So I love that, because now I really enjoy cooking. What is your go-to dad advice for handling tough situations? Right now I'm cutting up the broccoli, I'm making sauteed broccoli.
But now I'm making sure these T-bones nice and clean.
A lot of people don't clean their meat, but we personally do, and that's okay.
You gotta have them tough situations to learn from them. It's like I can't teach you everything. You almost want your child to go through them early, but somehow have a second chance with them though. Sometimes you don't really get no second chance with a bad decision.
One thing my dad always been real big on is it's your life. You gonna have to learn. Do what you gotta do. Figure things out on your own. And that's one thing that I've always done. I've always figured things out on my own. I've always just never really listened to what people have to tell me. Obviously I take advice, but I'm gonna do what I need to do regardless. Everybody not in your situation, they're not doing what you're doing, so they're gonna tell you what they feel is right, but that might not be what is right for you in that moment. So that's something I appreciate as well. Have I ever made you mad or upset?
Just always wanted you to like treat what's important.
Mm-hmm.
Some stuff you just wasn't treating as important.
Like what?
I get, brush it off or whatever. But it wasn't too much because somehow, some way, you always prove me wrong.
Right. I always just knew, like, I'm gonna get it done, don't worry about it. But he always, make sure you do this, make sure you do this. And he like to yell at me too. Make sure you get this done. You don't need to wait till the last minute. Blah, blah. I'll be like, Dad, okay, I'm gonna do it. Don't worry about it. Now he don't worry about me. Cause I know what I be doing.
I know people use the little fan.
And what did I do then?
Tenderize it. Beat the hell out of it for a minute.
A time I can remember where I made my dad mad or upset is when I was younger. I don't remember how old I was, but we stayed in these apartments called Brookstone. And it was like a maintenance man or somebody there. I don't know who. I remember his name. His name was Curtis. And I had made a joke. I heard him and my mama arguing about him one time. We was walking into the grocery store, and then I don't know what I said, but I said something about that dude. And then my dad, he smacked me. My dad never whooped me or nothing, but he did smack me. What is one thing you wish you could tell your younger self about parenting?
Just because you don't got the girl, don't mean you don't take care of the child. Parenting hard, man. When you young man, and it really be all about the female. You and the female break up, somehow you just don't care about the child, and it's sad that it be like that, but that's how you feel. But as long as you be with the girl, you'll mess with the child. So if I had to do anything, I wish I had enough sense to separate the two. Just as you ain't with the female, don't mean kick your child to the curb.
So when do you feel like you stopped doing that? Because I always remember you being active.
I'll say when Ty was probably like 7.
That's my older sister.
She was about 7. Probably about 10, really. I finally came around and made it my priority.
To just be a better dad.
Yeah, come through but it still was a struggle. Any dad that encounters like not claim or broken promises or just try to avoid, in the back of their head they know
That they going wrong?
Yeah, that's what kills you. So when you finally get it together, it'll be all right. These ain't no easy questions.
They're not easy?
No, they ain't easy. I'm trying because they ain't.
They're not supposed to be easy. Now, if you didn't think those questions were easy, we're on our second segment. So we just ended the first segment, which was preheat. And that I thought was checking the temperature, but he said that wasn't easy. But now the next one is called pass the plate. And pass the plate is you can either answer the question or don't answer the question. But all my guests gotta answer the question. I'm gonna start you off with an easy one. Is it a girl from your past that you think about or miss? You know, like when you was younger in high school, have you ever dropped the ball or there was a girl that just was never seen again after y'all had a good relationship or?
I think about your mom.
Really?
And how I probably, I was just out in them damn streets. She was like the only person that she wanted me to answer truthfully. That was like when a real relationship first started.
Right. Do you have random thoughts about your relationship?
No, I just know if I had to do anything different with a woman of my past, it'll be with your mom.
Okay. When you and my mom met, do you feel like it was special, it was different?
Yeah, she didn't mind the hood shit.
You said she didn't mind it?
She kind of grew out of it and I didn't. I don't think that. We were gonna have something raggedy.
So recently, you just were about to get married. What made you call off your marriage?
And I wanted to be with my kids and just have my independence on doing what I wanted to do. And it was just something, that was just an easy way out for me right then. And I could have took it. But
And why do you feel like that was an easy way
it was
out?
just an easy way out. I could have linked on that woman, you know, but I ain't want to do that. I wanted to take a chance on myself though. But I should have just kept it real
Yeah.
when I first started feeling that way.
How long were you feeling the type of way?
Really, like, when you move with me, I'm like, damn.
I ended up going to stay with my dad when I was 16. I got kicked out of my mama's house. And right before that, my dad had just gotten clean. My dad used to be an alcoholic.
Now, once you're alcoholic, you always won.
Really? I don't
Yeah,
think
that's
so.
just how it goes.
I don't think so.
That's the way you gotta look at it. You gotta act like you just, you know, that's what you was and that's what you is. That's what makes your story so good.
I'm just so proud of my dad because when I was younger, that's something that we used to talk about. I used to just always want my dad to just be better. As soon as I got kicked out of my mama's house, shortly before that, he had just opened his own place. We were clean for what, about a year at that time? He had just completed his term at the Salvation Army and he was able to leave now. You know, when you're in rehab, you gotta stay for a certain amount of time. Said that I could come with him. And me and my dad, we always wanted to stay with each other. That's something that I always talked about when I was younger. I wanna be with my dad, and during his alcoholism, it was difficult because I just always wanted to be with my dad and I didn't get to see him as much. I will always see my dad when it mattered. I would say, like, on my birthday, he caught the bus. I would think it was like my 14th birthday, or maybe it couldn't have been my 14th. I think I was really like 11 or 12 because I was still in elementary. It was like I was in 5th grade. My mom was staying with her new husband. He had caught the bus to our church. By the time the bus got there, it was too late. We had already went home. So then he caught the bus to my house, and he brought me my birthday present. And I always remembered that, and my mama was upset because he wasn't basically supposed to be at their house, you know. I mean, it's another man's house, whatever, but my dad, he stood outside, not like he came banging on the door or anything, and he brought me my birthday present. And that's something I always remember, and we always had a really good relationship, and one of my best memories of us is when we would sleep together and watch Chop. It was a cooking show, and I would just be up late with him. Everybody would be sleeping. We'd just be watching the cooking show.
I'm gonna season these steaks and let everybody know it's simple. I used to go all hard with all that different stuff,
But so what seasonings do you use?
I use steak seasoning. Normal stuff come from Hudson, my favorite grocery store. And crushed red pepper. You can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong.
Yes, and my dad
You got
used
the
to
spice
do
with the
good.
knife. You just cannot go wrong.
I came and stayed with my dad, and I seen the woman that he was going to be marrying. They were just complete opposites. I mean, complete opposite. She is nice and sweet and quiet, and she go to church. My dad go to church as well, but he was literally coming straight out of rehab and about to get married. And it's like, no, I need time to be with my kids. I need time to focus and get my life together. And my dad, he is more hood. Like, they were just complete opposites, and I was just, before he even got married, I'm like, is it sure that this is something that you would like to do, because this is your life now, you know? And you just completed a really big milestone coming out of rehab, and now you can actually live your life the way that you want to live it. And if
And
you want to
I almost messed it up. Huh?
yeah, like, so it's really like I came in at the right time. What are some of the biggest challenges you faced during your recovery process?
I guess you didn't realize how much time you spent, you know, getting them on. So it was just a whole lot of dead time. Like, damn. And that usually was the time when you was getting them on. So I knew I had to find that joy back. Just being able to wake up and just feel good about waking up. And once that happened, everything was all right.
You feel like, you know, when you were an alcoholic and stuff, that time wasn't really existing? Like, did you know time was going by as fast as it was? Did you know that you were getting older, or was it just like once you started to get clean, you was like, oh my God, like time that went by?
Yeah, cause you be kind of stuck.
Mm-hmm.
You be stuck. So when you get sober, it's like you kind of grown for the first time. That's crazy. But that's exactly how it is.
That's one of my biggest things was seeing people be stuck. Like, sitting on the couch every day, on your phone every day, all day. It's like,
you gotta take a chance on yourself.
Yeah, even being at the same job for 30 years.
Knowing you can't stand it.
Knowing you can't stand it, knowing it's not giving you no benefits, knowing that you can.
Or that relationship that you know you don't want to be in.
Exactly. It's just like you're just
scared to change.
Just scared
it won't work.
Yeah, and you know.
So used to the normal.
Yeah, I just never gave up on my dad. I just always knew it was gonna be better. Even when my dad came around, I probably wouldn't see him for like a month or two. He came around, it'll just be no love lost. My mama, she'll let him come to the house and she would leave, and he would come and we would just play the Wii. We would watch movies and cartoons all night. We'd play like the Nintendo. That was just fun. Time spent was always more than what stuff could buy, and even just spending time with him once every 2 months, in my heart, it just always felt special, and that's why I can always remember moments with my dad. He was with us, and all the kids, not just me. Like, we could stare at the house and we all bond and we all having fun. You know, not all my mama kids was his kids. He would treat all the kids the same, and that's just something I always loved about my dad. But I always knew I was his favorite. This is so fun, Dad. I'm happy to be here with you.
So I'm gonna go miss it.
Okay, so right now my dad is putting the bacon on, and I'm about to start making the shrimp. So, how did your addiction affect our family dynamic, and how has recovery changed our relationship?
No, not being around, not even wanting to be around. I don't really have school memories with y'all, like dropping off, picking up. I think it affected me more than y'all. I had love coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I do agree with that, because I really can't remember a time. I can't remember a bad memory.
Couldn't get it together. Didn't want to.
I just don't remember it really ever being.
Cause you know, I always spent time with y'all.
Yeah.
That's all y'all wanted.
Yeah,
Walk to the store,
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, walking to the store, that's like
Man,
that's something I remember. And my mama, she working her butt off, going to work, and I remember walking to the store with my dad. I don't even really remember much time with my mom. That's why time spent is very important. And I'm not saying that my mom didn't spend time with us. I just don't really remember. I remember my mom going to work.
Used to be fun.
Yeah, outdoor adventures was fun. I remember that with my mom. But my mom was always there. And I don't know if I just remember my dad because he was in and out. So I remember those moments, and like being with my mom was more of a routine type of thing. Okay, guys, so now I'm about to start on the homemade mashed potatoes. The potatoes are almost done. They're really done. I'm about to take them out. What was the turning point that made you realize you needed to seek help?
Shit, every morning.
Every morning, really?
Every morning, you look in that mirror, you got the bags, pocket empty. You hurry up and do it again, cause you can't face normal shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like every day, damn. But it really was my sister dad though. Every day one of them gas interventions, but just let me know like I can do better, and she want me to do better, and shit, just laid it on the line.
Yeah.
And then I told her, I'm like, well, bet, let's go. Shit. That was it.
This is how I remember everything happening. You had took the boys to a hotel.
Yeah, it was Dave's birthday party.
Yep, took them to a hotel.
Man, that was ugly. That was an ugly day.
Yeah, I just remember you and my mom arguing. I think that y'all was arguing because you were under the influence and you had the kids at the pool and stuff.
Yeah, all that and that. The police came to the car, to the room. It was so sad, I can't even remember that day.
Really? You said you don't remember that day?
Just, I remember like afterwards, my mom called me a crackhead.
Oh, wow.
It was rough that day. It was rough. It was them rough times.
I remember that I had went to Miss Williams' house shortly after, I think it was like the following day or the next 2 days, and he was sober, and he was watching TV. And so we came in, me and my sister and my mom, and we sat on the couch, and he was watching TV, and he turned, and he was like, hey, y'all, like he didn't even, it was just like our dad greeting us, and we just was like, hey, you know, and after that, he went to rehab.
That was my sober spot.
He was like, my kids won't even talk to me, and like, I just gotta do better. It was just like, okay, it's time. And after that, the rest is history. Where did you go? Do you remember? It was like an hour away.
Memphis, Michigan.
Memphis,
And
Michigan.
the place was called Sacred Heart. It was like a college for addicts. I'll never forget it. It was amazing.
Really?
I swear to God, like, my insurance only covered me for 2 weeks, though.
You was only there for 2 weeks?
I was there for 2 weeks. I knew that wasn't long enough. So when I left there, they had hooked it up where I went to the Salvation Army as soon as I got here.
It seemed like you was there for a longer time.
I was
But,
there 2 weeks, and then Salvation Army, I was there 6 months.
okay. How has recovery impacted your overall well-being and quality of life?
Oh man, it's a blessing. I wouldn't have made time for this, you know. It's like I can see what I want. Like I said, the joy of life. Like I used to call it being bored. Now, you know, it's just peace. Like, it sounds so basic, but it's the truth. I don't look for what somebody else doing. Nigga go left, I go right. I ain't watching your girl. I don't want your money. I just ain't doing nothing another nigga doing.
Just thankful for what you have and the
Yeah.
life that you live in, and
Yeah.
even being thankful for work. My dad
Yeah.
loved going to work. That's something that kept him busy when he got out of rehab. Just loving life, like you making money now. You can buy clothes now. You got your own place. Like him getting his first own place. Cause when I got kicked out, he had a place, but he was sharing it with my cousins.
Yeah, Dad let me rent a room.
Yes.
She trusted me on that.
Yeah, so he coming to stay with him. I had my own room. It was just me and him living with each other. And he gave me the master bedroom and everything. And I just always wanted to stay with my dad. And I got to stay with my dad.
Little stepping stone. We
Yes.
knew we could do better.
Yeah, but we had a nice house. It was nice, you know. I just loved being with my dad. That was something I just always wanted as a kid. So I just enjoyed it. And just being able to be here with my dad and have a good conversation with him. And he not ashamed of nothing he went through. It's just like he can talk about it, and
Oh, the hood love me.
yeah, and everybody just so proud of my dad. I'm so proud of my dad. I just love my dad, and this is one of the best things that we could ever be doing with each other right now, because this is something that I always wanted. Him getting clean added to my quality of life as well, not just kids, and actually everybody around him, and make people feel better. And he got to get clean before his dad passed.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a shirt made.
For your dad?
Uh,
Yeah, that's a good
like
idea.
a little bit. You know how he was on the obituary.
That's a good idea. I'm grateful. You know, a lot of people, they miss it. And my dad told me he don't miss it at all. He's just happy to be
Oh yeah.
where he at. Like, he don't ever want to go back
Oh
to,
no, we had a good run.
yeah, it's just no point. It's just an amazing life he living, and he well respected everywhere he go. He's back in the church. Everything is just amazing. Just love my dad. That ends our segment of Pass the Plate. We have one more segment left.
That was good.
We have one more segment left, and as y'all know, this is the Fed Up portion. You know that I've been having a lot of stuff going on social media, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to know, you know, with everything going on, why do you continue to support me? everything that's been transpiring, and everything that's that ain't nothing.
You know, you probably could have made some better decisions with it, but that just comes with it. You gotta live your life too.
What are your thoughts of me being exposed on the internet? How did it make you feel? Were you disappointed in me?
I didn't really pay no attention.
Mhm.
I got other shit to do. You ain't called me about it, so what the hell?
Yeah, because I was just like, it don't matter. And my dad just really, he didn't say nothing because I'm good. Like, if I would call my dad and let him know, then he'd be like, okay, talk to me about it. But that's just life. My dad knows. Stuff happens. Do you feel like I could have did anything differently in that situation? That was never supposed to get out. It's not like I posted it or anything.
You know what you're involved with.
Yeah.
You was not with the friendly. I don't know how to, I don't really know too much about that. Care less. I'm a private person anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Can't really get mad about people with their opinion when you didn't put your shit out there. So
Yeah.
you gotta be able to accept that. I'm getting mad now when motherfuckers get to talking and shit.
Yeah, I never get mad. I never get upset. I feel like this will come with it. I'm going to be rich and famous. I'm going to be rich and famous, so everything that happens on the internet doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect me.
Davon mama told me to tell you. She say them hoes just hating because they don't got no edges.
Because they don't got no edges.
She made it real simple. She was just like, we got a lot of ratchet women just raising ratchet little girls, like she was saying. Like, tell your daughter, keep doing her thing, and whatever. Basically, it's just gonna happen regardless. If that's the world you're trying to live in.
Yeah, it's like this will come with it. How did you feel when I told you I was moving someone into my house, considering it was in your name? Let me also clear this with a lot of people was trying to say, oh, that's your dad's place, which if it was, it don't matter, it's my dad. But I was paying rent in their house, correct?
Yeah.
Exactly, my dad just trusts me. So he can put something in his name for me because he trusts me. I mean, y'all don't know how to handle money, y'all don't know how to pay bills on time. So that's probably why that's foreign information to you all, but my dad trusts me, and it's okay that I could get a place in his name. But how did you feel when I told you, like, my friend was going to be coming here and she wasn't going to be paying any rent?
I didn't care for it, and I just was hoping it ended well. And as you see, it didn't. But that was your space, like. But I didn't like it at all. I ain't know her.
Yeah.
Hell, obviously you didn't know her either.
Yeah, and I was trying to tell my dad, like, I've been knowing her since I was 13. Don't worry about it. It's fine, which I really, truly believe that it was fine. And it didn't end well. But I did what I was supposed to on my end. I was a good friend. I lended a hand, let somebody come stay with me, and get their life together, really,
Everybody you talking to right now, they done that. They never end right.
But
Family or nothing, you gotta have your own shit.
For me, I just felt like I know this person, But you never really know somebody, I guess.
Right.
It's like, this my friend, don't worry about it, Dad. She gonna come stay with me, blah, blah, blah. She wasn't paying rent or nothing, and he just was like, are you sure that's something you want to do? And I was sure, but I don't regret it because I was a good friend. I would have did it for any of my friends. I don't feel no way about it. It just was an unfortunate situation. And that leads me to my next question. When it went bad, what was your reaction? I told you, like,
you handled it well. I don't know. It was. You might be still going to this day.
What, the situation?
In a way.
That's because I make content. I'm gonna talk about my life regardless. If you was in my life and you played a role in my life, I'm probably gonna talk about it.
You got your own now.
Yeah, I got my own new place.
So everything worked out. You had to buckle down, and you done a lot of things positive. You know what I'm saying, with the schooling.
Yeah, I am in school now for culinary. If y'all didn't know. But yeah, I've actually had 2 places since that situation. always have paid my rent and never has been an issue. I know that was a topic on social media, how am I gonna pay my bills, but I've always paid my bills, so I don't know where that came from.
Man.
Like, that's something you have
Whoever
to do.
paying bills is, shit, it's something you learn to do. That shit ain't easy.
Yeah, and I've been learning how to pay bills.
If I put this up for that next week and all that, come on, that shit easier said than done.
Yeah.
So much easier to stay with another motherfucker, let him pay the bill.
Exactly. Way easier. That's why a lot of people do it. That's why a lot of people move in with other people and let them pay the rent because it's easier that way. We about to make some Kool-Aid. I haven't made Kool-Aid in so long. I really think the last time I made Kool-Aid was with my dad. That's why I went and got some. You remember how to make Kool-Aid?
Yeah, I just talked to boys, they over there making it on their own.
Okay.
Don't nobody just go out and buy this shit.
Right now, my dad's starting on the Kool-Aid. I have one more question for you, and that's gonna finish up this episode of Fed Up with Li Ming. Tell me about the best moment in your life ever. With me, and then just period.
The best moment?
Mm-hmm.
I guess the best moment was just knowing after everything got everything, knowing you can stand on your own too, and actually knowing it.
So do you feel like it was a moment where you just realized that, where you just sat and you just was like,
You know, it's every day is kind of like, dang, it's still kind of tripped me out a little bit. But you know, God had a plan for me, so I can't be mad about the little time I wasted. Lord knows I wasted the 30s. Every 30, 31, 32, every year of the 30s. That's a really waste of time, like. So it was just like basically when I just grabbed a hold to this life thing, you know, taking care of the basics. And that's probably the best moment when you finally like, dang, God is good in your life. And you just start putting stuff together that fit what you do.
Right.
And come together good. Gotta work on my patience though.
Yes, he gets
that.
very irritable very quickly. He starts to yell. Just yell. He the only person that ever could just make me mad because he just yelled and he don't even listen to what you gotta say. Do you realize that?
Just hate nonsense. Eyeball it?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we don't really measure.
On that picture, it's kind of good to stir it and pour the Kool-Aid.
Okay.
And pour the sugar.
Okay. And this is strawberry lemonade and orange Kool-Aid.
Cool to come over your house in your name. You becoming a lady, and don't underestimate these fools on this social media. You know how some people, I ain't worried about, be weird. It's a doggy-dog world, man. This is Flint, Michigan.
Flint, yeah, you're right. I
Man,
agree with that.
Flint. Nice meal, just nothing special, just, do this, do that, just.
Yeah, no recipe needed.
No, none of that.
We got our steak and onions and mushrooms. We got our sauteed broccoli.
Sauteed.
Our shrimp. My dad can't eat it, but I can.
I know, right?
And the loaded mashed potatoes. And it's crazy that my dad he the one that got me eating sweet food, but as he got older, he developed an allergy. That's weird.
Man.
Hope that never happened to me. I really hope that never happened to me.
No, black folks love they shrimp.
Like, man.
And we got done cooking and the kitchen is clean.
My dad is really big on cleaning and cooking.
That's how food come out good.
That's good. That's real good. And it's soft. That's really good.
That is. That really good. That is good. No sugar in it, was it?
Yeah, the Kool-Aid is fire. Your potato is good.
Oh yeah. Talk about them homemade.
Them is really good. So that concludes my second episode of Fed Up with Li Ming. Thank you, Dad, so much for coming on my show. I'm really grateful, and I just love that we got to do this together. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and see y'all on the next week of Fed Up with Li Ming.
I'm so proud of you, baby.
Thank you, Dad. I love you.
Love you too, baby.
I'm so happy